Are you thinking about grabbing the TASCAM Mixcast 4 for your podcast or live streaming setup? Hold on before you click buy, because there's a lot you need to know about this $499 gadget that promises professional content creation, but might leave you scratching your head. But here's what surprised me. Despite a decent 4.4-star rating, the Mixcast 4 has some serious quirks you won't expect if you're upgrading your audio gear. In fact, it's not all smooth sailing with this device, and I'm going to dive deep into the real story behind its features, flaws, and whether it truly deserves a place on your desk. Whether you're a podcaster juggling multiple participants, a live streamer wanting easy sound mixing, or even a voiceover artist looking for that all-in-one compact studio solution, you'll want to hear this honest review. I'll uncover what works, what doesn't, and how it stacks up when the pressure is on. Spoiler alert. Some things about the Mixcast 4 might just drive you crazy, but I'll also show you why it still might be worth considering. So buckle up. This review might just change the way you look at this mixer. Let's start with the promise that TASCAM makes: professional quality mixing and recording made easy, right out of the box. The Mixcast 4 delivers 4 mic inputs and 4 individual headphone outputs, designed for smooth podcast workflows without complicated settings. You can connect your phone via aux, toss in music or sound effects through Bluetooth or USB, and even trigger customizable jingles with the illuminated pads. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? But here's the catch. The devil is in the details. First off, the touch panel control, which they tout as stress-free, isn't as intuitive as you might hope. I found myself fumbling around during recordings, especially when trying to trigger sound effects in real time. There's a noticeable lag in responsiveness with those illuminated sound pads, and while they're customizable, the process to reassign sounds or add your own tracks isn't exactly user-friendly unless you're tech-savvy. Imagine trying to press a button mid-episode and getting a slow echo instead. Talk about killing the vibe. So, if you're a podcaster who thrives on quick cueing and seamless flow, this might get frustrating. Now, Mix- technology is supposed to simplify remote interviews by preventing echo and feedback during phone calls, right? The Mixcast 4 has an aux input for phone conversations, with Mix- provided. Great on paper, but I encountered inconsistent results. Glitches in audio routing sometimes caused feedback loops, and connecting via Bluetooth was hit or miss, with occasional dropouts. This isn't ideal if your podcast depends on crystal-clear remote guest audio. It feels like TASCAM half-implemented this feature, but didn't polish it enough for everyday reliability. Speaking of Bluetooth, let's talk about versatility. The Mixcast 4 supports Bluetooth audio input, USB connectivity for sounds from your PC, and 14-track recording straight to an SD card. That's a powerful feature set packed into one device. I love the idea of recording separate tracks for post-production editing. This is a serious upgrade from mixdown-only recorders. Plus, the TASCAM podcast editor software lets you tinker with your clips, assign sound effects, and fine-tune mixes post-recording. Here's the twist, though. The editor feels simplistic and sometimes crashes, especially under heavy project files. If you're trying to produce polished, multi-track podcasts without investing in pricey software, it's a decent start, but don't expect miracles. You might be wondering about sound quality. After all, that's the heart of any audio gear review. The Mixcast 4's 4 microphone inputs support standard XLR mics, which is fantastic. The preamps deliver a decent clean gain, and I didn't notice hiss or distortion at moderate levels. That said, the onboard equalizer and effects are quite basic. If you're an audio perfectionist who wants detailed EQ curves or advanced noise reduction, you're out of luck. The Mixcast 4 wants to keep things simple, but that simplicity might feel limiting if you're used to pro-grade mixers. Here's a little audio joke to lighten the mood. Why did the microphone break up with the mixer? Because it wasn't getting a good connection. Badum TSS. On to the build quality. TASCAM designed this unit with ruggedness in mind, and it shows. The physical knobs and sliders feel solid, and the tactile feedback is satisfying. However, the plastic casing is a fingerprint magnet, and the interface, while visually appealing with illuminated pads, can get cluttered during hectic sessions. If you prefer minimal setups, the Mixcast 4 might feel a bit overwhelming. By now, I'm guessing you're wondering, is the Mixcast 4 a hassle or a hero? The honest answer is, it depends on your needs. If you're an entry-level podcaster or content creator who wants a semi-professional setup without learning complicated gear, this unit can work wonders. The ability to add background music, jingles, and sound effects on the fly is a definite bonus. Plus, recording 14 tracks to an SD card is a rare feature at this price point. But for seasoned professionals expecting flawless reliability, fluid control, and advanced mixing capabilities, you might feel a bit boxed in. Here's a trade-off joke for the road. Why don't sound engineers play hide and seek? Because good luck hiding when they can always find the noise. Okay, enough noise. Let's talk about the workflow. Setting up the Mixcast 4 is mostly straightforward. Plug in your mics, headphones, and sound sources, and you're set to record or broadcast. The integration with phones and Bluetooth devices makes it convenient for interviews or co-hosts calling in. However, the lack of user-friendly menus means you may spend a good chunk of time troubleshooting or referencing the manual. TASCAM's decision to pack so many functions into a tactile interface without a proper touchscreen or intuitive software limits ease of use. During testing, I ran into syncing problems between recorded tracks and triggered sound effects, which caused frustration during live streams. Imagine telling a joke but your sound effects laugh 3 seconds too late. It's almost like the device has its own sense of comedic timing, unfortunately offbeat. Additionally, mixing external audio sources sometimes causes unexpected dips in volume or imbalance, requiring constant manual adjustment. But wait, before you toss your headphones in disgust, there's a saving grace. The Mixcast 4 is continuously being updated with firmware improvements, and the community forum buzzes with custom tips and tweaks. If you're patient and willing to learn some workarounds, the Mixcast 4 offers an affordable path into multi-input recording and live production. Also, TASCAM includes the podcast editor software for free, which, despite its flaws, is a helpful companion for refining your content. Now, if you're wondering who exactly should skip this product, if you're a pro-level broadcaster who demands seamless hardware integration, instantaneous control, and exhaustive customization, the Mixcast 4 may leave you wanting. But if you're a semi-pro or enthusiast looking to level up without breaking the bank or wrestling with complex digital audio workstations, the Mixcast 4 could be your ideal companion. One more joke before we wrap. What do you call a podcast about potatoes? A tater talk. Okay, back to serious talk. The Mixcast 4 shines when you want quick setup, multiple participants, and basic mixing features without a giant learning curve. Plus, the tactile feel of physical knobs and illuminated triggers offers a fun, hands-on experience compared to all software setups. To sum it all up, the TASCAM Mixcast 4 is a mixed bag of solid functionality, quirks, and potential headaches. It's not perfect, certainly not flawless, but it's one of the few all-in-one podcast mixers that offer 14-track recording, multi-device input, and customizable sound pads in this price bracket. While you might have to wrestle with some interface sluggishness, mix-minus bugs, and software stability hiccups, the core audio quality and build quality hold strong. For content creators hungry for a convenient, semi-professional mixer that doubles as a recorder, it's an option worth considering. If you decide to take the plunge, make sure you grab the best price while it lasts because Amazon prices fluctuate quickly. Check the link in the description for the latest deals on the TASCAM Mixcast 4. And if you want to share your own experiences or have questions about setup and troubleshooting, drop a comment below. I'm here to help you get the most out of your podcasting journey. Remember, no mixer is perfect, but with the TASCAM Mixcast 4, you get a versatile tool that can kickstart or streamline your content creation, provided you're ready to navigate its quirks. So don't let a few rough edges scare you off. Sometimes the best stories come from tackling the unexpected. Thanks for watching and happy podcasting.